Hello and welcome to Wise Exotics. I'm your host Trevor, and welcome to the end of the video log series for October of 2024. I do this to kind of give the good, the bad, what's going on, kind of intermediate updates between each video log. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, also welcome. Hope you had a fun October. If any of you hear whistles, chirps, bangs, or odd noises in the background, there are birds in here. This is a Glassroom attachment to the dining room of my house. So the plants hang out here, get all the cold and whatnot without any of the weathering of the outside. I do have one plant that is outside that's growing like a weed, and it is my Ventrata seed grown, yellow peristomed one. It's a tank. It's actually growing a basil outside, so I'm like, oh goody. You're handling temperatures down in the 40s. Are you kidding me? But that aside, it's doing quite well. Only a few plants seem to have stressor, like Dactylifera, Lingulata, and Cingulata. All seem to have stress leaves, which is the leaf reduces and is a little malformed. Totally understandable with the heat wave. I was in the 90s for at least 9 days straight, and one day went up to 102, and that day I went and got a portable AC for here that plugged in. I don't usually even think I need one, but for that day I was like, it's 100 something, no way. I did get it down to 88. That was the coolest I could get the upper area down to, kind of like there's mini. So this area up was at 88. Those are my other vining plants. If you see that little trap up there in the middle, that is my belly eggs freesto. It actually popped an upper on me, a very tiny one mind you, but it's doing well. It has one basil currently that actually does have traps. I have not seen that plant make any traps personally in 3 years because it just basils so crazily. My tank set up a book if you ever need it, Pitch Your Plant Beginner Guide from Remy via Windowsill Nepenthes. He's got that. The book is available on Amazon digitally for free, I believe, but you can pick up a hard copy for like 10 or $12 or something like that. I grabbed one just because supporting a fellow grower and all that. And it's useful to have on hand if anybody's curious. I can just hand them a book and go, here, read this, educate yourself. Okay, plants are doing really good. I did an experiment with coffee water. The new Carnivoro Big Mama crossed with the Wave came in. I also got a seed-grown Adriani. This right here is a AW male Adriani, that red-looking trap. They're almost like a cousin of Spathulata, but they're red, and they get a little tubbier. So they're neat. I really like them. So I got a seed grown of that, so I was really excited to add that to the collection. I wanted to hopefully get 2 of them in here. I like to have 2 of each species, usually to just see any differences, or maybe one's weird and one's normal. Kind of figure an average there. I say that while I have 100 plus VGI. I'm not kidding. I have so many seedlings available right now. JF001, they're 1 for $25 or 3 for $60. The Ritz X Barrio are $35. I finally settled on that price. I actually did get a picture of the mother and the person who has it. It's actually pretty impressive. It's like an inverted Candy Dreams, where Candy Dreams is red with yellow stripes. This is yellow with red stripes. So if you need a picture of that, let me know, or if you want to see it, hit me up on Instagram. If you're new to the carnivorous plant or just need some help with your setup, please find me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to just chat with you for free. I've had some people ask if I'm going to charge them. No, just ask questions. I'm happy to answer all inquiries and or things you might need help with when developing your plant. You know, point out things you can try or do. I sit there and chat with a lot of you all last year, so feel free to always hit me up on there. Last year, mind you, I had more time because I was stuck in a hospital for like weeks on end because of chemo. Cancer's not fun. Cancer sucks. I beat it. We're not gonna ever have to deal with cancer again. That's my goal. Anyway, let's see. Spooky sale is still in effect. For those of you wanting some nice hybrids, I've got a few of them available. I was trying to make more room, you know, flush out. I want to focus on more pure species, so the more of you picking up these hybrids helps me get them out. There's a few of them I'm going to keep just because, okay, I think they're neat, or that's a cool looking plant, so I'm keeping those. Like lemon cherry isn't going anywhere either, is that 30. I'm actually debating, so I'll zoom in on this, this one. Minima X Candy Dreams with the variegated leaves, speckles. There, you can see. They almost look like little stains on the leaf, but that's a darker variegation. Other species can get it. As an example, these two. Here's a good example of it. Here. So it's a type of speckling that occurs primarily through black miracle hybrids in lowland, but some veitchii do get it. And this hybrid does have it, so that one's actually available for sale or trade if anybody is wanting a really neat stripy one. So nothing wrong with it. I think this one's going to be crazy. All of them are really doing well. Pink Candy is finally inflating its new trap. Naga was a little stressed too. Forgot Naga. Taffy's newest trap. That thing is ridiculous. I don't know how else to describe that. It's a ridiculous trap. The veitchii I call Lemon Tart, which is this yellow one with crazy wavy wings. Nice leaf jump. My red veitchii I call Crimson Candy. That one is another one that's a monster in the making. That might rival its stat, if not beat it. I don't know. A lot of people were like, holy crud, that one's crazy. VTIB, another leaf jump. This one I might sell, honestly. I think it's up on the sales list, so if somebody wanted a VTIB, I do have that one available. Let's see, all the other VTI are doing really good. Check out this K X Candy Stripe, X Candy from Nepenthes Odyssey. I got it last year. It's almost neon pink to me, but the white light here above washes out a lot of the color. So to you, it looks maybe like a light red or a dark red. To me, it's like that red, if not darker. Like, it's super red to me. To move those veitchii out here, I moved the Clippiate over here. Clippiate is really hardy. It is an endangered species. I know some people freak out. I have Clippiate. Yes, I have 3 of them. That's not a big deal. If you're newer to the carnivorous plant thing, a lot of breeding was done to put those back into high numbers in horticultural breeding programs. So they're readily available, and you can get seed grown or clones. Same thing with Robicantlii. I actually do have one Robicantlii out. This red variegation on this plant is coming in pretty strong. Whereas my white variegated Nepenthes is actually tri-variegated because it's got white and you got white with a light green and then the normal leaf green. So there's my larger Robicantlii seed grown doing well. My Hamada is also out here. Seems to be coming through pretty fine. Taffy's pushing another leaf. Now, I have some people a little confused. So VTIA grows slower and is older. Taffy is only like 2 or 3 years old. Look how big it is. This is not a fully developed VTI. And I want you to know, I got a picture from from a friend who actually grows lowland VTI. So they have traps of VTI that are this big, fully mature, that are like the A. They have a lowland that is literally up to here with a peristome, not including the lid. I was like, that thing is massive. And they're like, yeah, anything with lowland genes can get huge. So you might not expect anything to get that big if you're looking at VTI, but anything with lowland genes can grow like a weed and get really big. So keep that in mind. Kind of like this size difference, if not bigger, between the traps. Just like that yellow one being that trap size, and then that being the lowland trap. It would just dwarf it immensely. So keep that in mind. Taffy does get a little speckle variegation. I love these big leaves. They're just these big wavy spade leaves. The Pingicula I got from Bay Area Carnivore. Bay Area Botanicals is coming along really good. It still hasn't flowered for me. I was hoping it would. Doing fine. Looks like my Raja Peltata is making a trap. I just noticed that little Heidi one. Raja Aime from Nepenthes God doing quite well. Super Glue, fine. Lemon Cherry. I know I have little nicknames for all my plants. If you ever want to know what's what, Grex, just ask in the comments. Lovely Serpent made a nice trap in there. Kind of a Frankenstein trap from Lemon Cherry. It's working on another one right here. I'm super excited to see how this one, because that one will be a big jump. Adriani, doing really well. By the way, there's the Cephalotus. The other variegated Gracillus has a basil. Let's see. The LVB X Veitchii new trap. This one's gonna get a nice growth in it. 30s Red Leaf Exotics number 30 doing good. Brigsianas, Ovata. Ovata's working on new leaf trap. All of them are doing really well. I did move the other Peltata over here from Josh. The Peltata that's available is in the corner. It's a medium. It's pretty big. It's not as happy to make traps. The Spath Ilata X Edwardsiana push another leaf. Doing well. It's trying to stabilize. My Sibilanensis is a little ticked at me. I did separate the basil out here from my friend Chad. Now, weirdly enough, it had a root coming out this way, and then I thought, oh, I'll snip here, and then I'll try to root the basil from that, and it was an entire root mass was just devoted to that basil, so it had its own roots coming off the main plant that were only like that big, and the main structure went off to the left. I was like, oh no. Oh well, at least he'll have a pretty stable basil, and I just basically have to let the main plant not be mad at me and develop and reroot. So there's that. Coming down this way, Pink Candy's new trap. Look at the lid on that and how fuzzy it is. Now here's my Akazuki Exbario. I thought this was the typical male. I did talk to my friend and then found the person he sold to. No, this is another one that gets pretty big, orange, and flared. The other one doesn't do that. Now, one of the hints for the Akazuki Exbario is they do not have stripes on this section. All VCI stripe patterns are like a fingerprint. They're all identical from the specific clone. So it was missing all these, and these are usually a lot thinner. So keep that in mind. If you're hearing a cat meow, it's Minnie who's right here trying to get my attention. Anyway, plants are doing well. Berbigier's got a nice leaf jump, so hopefully it'll make a trap for me soon. Let's go over into the tank, shall we? Now for the tank. Pudica got some significant jumps. I might have to pull it out soon. Still trying to figure out the media I need to put it in, or a pot, so I can observe the root structure. Ceratensis is doing fine. One of its siblings became tri-variegated. I was really impressed with that. The new Adriani, that's seed grown from Carnivoro, came in, doing well. I have a number 5 by the wave coming in. That's a medium VGI, so that'll be nice to see. I won it for 80 bucks. So if you're not aware, that's actually a pretty good steal for that size of a plant from Carnivoro. The other Big Mama X the wave is over here, the first one. The other one was in the main tray I showed earlier. All the other plants are doing quite well. Let's go over this way. Diabolica AW1, AW4 are doing quite well, and then the Marier has already pushed a new leaf, a trap, and now is developing another kind of leaf to trap ratio. Northiana Seaground doing well. No, I don't see that dark striation in the leaf, and we're not talking about it. Northiana BE has 2 growth tips going out, pretty fine. The 2 Bongso are doing well. Number 2 was sold to a friend with their Highland chamber. They have a CO2 Highland chamber, so I was curious to see how it would develop there. I did get another Robicantini, which is the BE variant, 3517. This was donated from my friend Farmer Travis, who's trying to make some room in his collection. And he was like, the thing grows too slow. Would you like it? I said, sure. So we're going to compare it to the Nebularum here and the other Rob, because I've grown that one smaller than that, but man, look at those traps. Those are huge in comparison. Those are the same size as that Rob's trap is right now. So that's amazing. Leonardo is right here, available for sale or trade, I guess. Nothing wrong with it. I just kind of fell out of love. It's way too similar to Mira, and I'd rather get this other one, which starts with an A. Now I can't remember it. Yeah, so Epiphytic Lovii are doing quite fine. These ones are doing really good. Now check this one out. So this is Orange X Candy Dreams. One of them's already getting pigment at such a tiny size, so that'll be neat. I thought it was Sun Blush, but if that was true, the other one would get it. And the person who sold this to me, several of them are getting this coloration and not as much light as mine. So we're like, okay, so they just might be coloring up early. Maybe they're going to be an orange or a red like Candy Dreams. Or kind of just a quick indicator on that. The other one isn't doing it yet. So we'll see how that goes. Palinensis just popped. Sumatrana is making a trap right here. This is an extreme lowland species being grown in highland conditions because I'm weird. Bongso number 1's basil is rooting, doing quite fine. My Raja third basil for this year is rooting. And my Raja just pumps out basils, and that would be the 3152. This one just likes to push out basils all the time. Anywho, let's see. This is from Victorian Plant Brothel. These are 2 seeds. Yes, I'm gonna try to grow some hybrids. I had luck with Vichia, and we were gonna see how this works as an experiment because he didn't have luck, so he sent them my way to try. Sibulinensis crossed with ventricosa, so that's the mother. And then that was crossed with ventricosa again, so it's like an F3 back cross of that, so that'll be interesting. This is ventricosa x sib, crossed with ventricosa, same mother as this one, but the dad is a maxima x talogenesis. So we'll see how this goes. But other than that, all the plants are doing really well. I have no issues going on in here. Let's see, the cabinet area in the back room is doing fine. As I said, I have a bunch of the hybrids in there now that I was just having fun enjoying. Something I noticed on Pudica, same as that Seagra Northiana over there, they're both getting this dark stripe pattern in the middle, and I don't know if that's normal. I've been growing this Northiana for a while, and it's never had that, so why that one's getting it, I'm not going to even try to factor in. It might be a dark striation pattern, it might be a dark variegation. It's too early for me to tell until it gets a little larger, which is going to be a while. So we'll see how it goes, but I just thought it was neat that the Pudica was doing it also, and they're in 2 different spots, so. I did move this into the Tiny Roots media, and it had this huge growth spurt, so it really liked it. Coffee water. As a test, my macro 1998-23 from BCP was struggling in the heat wave. It had that short leaf, and I was worried about it. Because it had a trap available, I injected it with 50% Folgers coffee made with clean water, and then the other half of it was clean water, so I diluted it and injected it via a syringe. Let's see the syringe type. It is called a wisdom tooth syringe. So you would just put it very gently in under the lid and then squirt a little bit in. Excuse me. It has thrown 2 leaf jumps since then, and it's working on a 3rd leaf. So that's only a few weeks. Macros usually don't grow that fast, so it really took to that fertilizer. So I might try to add it into the clone T and try to figure or get a smaller syringe and add it into the macro clone G just to see if it'll help it grow along. Because this one had so much size reduction due to all its shenanigans. It's coming back without roots, but not. The Velosa's doing good, Eddie's doing good, Aristo's doing good. Maria, as I said, is doing fine. It's got a trap on this side popped, and then it's opened that one. Pretty big leaf to trap ratio. I know I talked to Victorian Plant Brothel and I showed him, I said, look, I've only had a little bit and it's already popped 2 traps and a leaf is coming down. He's like, that thing did nothing for like 6 months. I sent it to you and it's just vibing. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I have the touch with the toothies. They just always chill. But Singulana, as you can see, aborted that trap and its other trap in the back there. So it was mad during the heat wave. But it's coming back pretty strong. Nice dark leaves. They're healthy, but it's a leaf shrinkage, so it'll push them through. But again, as a record, I mean a broken record, all these highland plants that everybody says can't handle high temperatures and whatnot went through 90 degrees for an entire week. They did not die. Some of them showed stress, mind you, but nothing that was permanent or gonna take it out type of thing. Anywho, that will be the end of the video. If anybody has questions, comments, concerns, whatnot, please send me a message over on Instagram or whatnot. You know, you can ask in the comments, you can, send me a message, we can chat, I can help you out. I have plants available for sale and trade and whatnot, really. So that's all. If you have any questions, again, ask. Hope everybody's doing well and have, a safe Halloween this year. See you in November, everyone.